Good morning. I have a Garmin Edge 520. I have used this Garmin for the last 2 years. It records my rides and it uploads them to my favorite app, Strava, or there's Map My Ride, and there's a lot of other apps out there that you can use to upload your rides. Now Garmin connects to it. You have to have a Garmin Connect app to upload the rides to Strava or Map My Ride, or like I said, your favorite app. Now Garmin Connect also stores the rides on there, and it will, like I said, automatically upload them to Strava. Anyway, there are different buttons on this thing. If I can hold it up here, let's see if I can get that to come on. There's what it looks like. It says the brightness, and we'll go back to where we were at. And this is the let's see, there is status and ride, train. And you can scroll down and you can get a bunch of menus and things about brightness, GPS ready, Bluetooth connected. There's a lot of stuff that the weather, you can get all kinds of things on this. And this button takes you back to where you were at. Now, this button down here on the bottom is the one you push when you want to start riding. And then you have 2 and 3, which are right here and right here, and this is 2 and this is 3, and this is 4 and 5, and then 6 and 7. Now there's 7 buttons on it, but this you can adjust the brightness, which is number 1. Well, see, I said 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are right here. I'm sorry. This is 1. You can adjust the brightness on it, and that I just started it riding, and I stopped it. I just saw on my phone it come up and it said I sent a beacon. And then I don't want to save that ride, so I scroll down here to discard ride, and I hit that and discard without saving, yes. And I want to hit OK. So it discarded that ride is what it did. And I don't know if you can see much of that, but that's what it does. And there is a manual with it. And you can take 2 and 3, which is scroll through the menus, and 4 is to mark a new lap, and it does record segments. Strava has segments, and it does record segments. If there's a segment, like say it's a mile long, or it's up a hill or something, and it will record your speed and all that on segments. And if you do have a record, like if you've done it 4 times, and the 4th time you got a record, your speed was better than the last time, or whatever, the 3 previous times is what I'm trying to say, then it will give you like a little crown or whatever, and it will let you know that you had a new record, on segments. And also it comes with a speed sensor, and the speed sensor is a kind of a square deal that you take, and you have a strap kind of like this right here, and I have some bigger straps that are right here, and they wrap around the hub on your wheel, like on the front wheel of a bicycle. And you got to have this in straight line. Like you've got to have your Garmin here and your wheel down here, and you've got to have them in line in order for it to record, because it's Bluetooth. And the same thing on my recumbent trike. I have mine on the left-hand side. Now I'm right-handed, but I have it on the left-hand side. And this is the mount that I use. And I mount it around my handlebar, and of course the Garmin hooks on right here, and it holds it. And I have this set where it's kind of tilted back just a little so I can see the display real well. And what I do is I have it in line with the front wheel, left front wheel, so that it will record the speed and all that. Now there is a cadence sensor which goes around your crank, and on the inside, on the non-drive side, yes, non-drive, on the left-hand side. And what it does is it records your cadence, how fast you were pedaling as you ride on your ride. And this here is another way to mount it. And there's a little strap, one of these little straps like this will mount it. Now some folks have said that the cadence sensor or the speed sensor falls off. Well, and they've lost it, Well, what I did on my speed sensor and my cadence sensor, I have 2 of them. I thought I had lost this at one time, and I ordered another one, so this one is a spare. But I keep it anyway, in case something does happen. I've got myself a cable tie, a black cable tie. And say this is a speed sensor and it's on the wheel like this. Well, I wrapped a cable tie around it and tightened it down real good, and it stayed on there. That way, if this gets from sun and weather and whatnot, being outside, I mean, our track stays in the garage normally, but if, you know, being in the sun from outside riding and that sort of thing, just over time degrades. That way, excuse me, I have a backup. I have the cable tie to help hold it on there. And so that was something that I did that, I don't know, I guess some other folks didn't really, you know, think about that. I don't know. But anyway, that was something I was going to suggest. And this is USB rechargeable. And this right here is the back, and this is the charging port underneath here. And the charging port allows you to charge it, and USB, and it has a little monitor up here where it tells you the battery charge right there and all that, all this information I was just showing you a minute ago. And it tells you all this stuff about the you know, the Garmin as you're riding. And it has a time, and it has a temperature, and a bunch of stuff like that on it. Now it tells your cadence sensor, your heart monitor sensor, and all that, your speed sensor. So it records all that stuff while you're riding. And I have the heart rate monitor. And this is it right here. And then it wraps around your middle. And you have this sensor over here on the left-hand side closest to your heart, because that's where, you know, you need it to monitor your heart rate. And you can take this off. This does come off. It snaps on and off. And this is where it snaps on. But now you don't want to wash, of course, this. You don't really want to wash this. It says to wipe it off with a damp cloth, which is what I do, because, you know, you have salt, you sweat and salt in your body and stuff, you know, gets these kind of dirty, and what it does is our salt build up on there, and it doesn't work as well. But now I have not had a lot of problem with that. It's worked pretty well for me, and I do wipe it off. I don't know that you have to do it every day, but I would do it maybe once a week, once every couple of weeks, depending upon how bad you sweat while you're riding. And like I said, this is USB rechargeable, and it does come with a manual, and it's a quick start manual, and it's nice. But I got on Garmin's website and downloaded the regular manual, and it is about 30 or 40 pages long. You can download it, put it on a CD, or you can download it, you can print it off, whatever you choose. I downloaded it and then I printed it off. I didn't print it all off at once. I printed off a little bit at a time. I would print off some of it and go through that, and then I'd, you know, maybe print off some more later on. And as I went through, I gradually got it all printed, and I keep it in a folder, and I keep it in a file, so that way I have it when I need it. And sometimes I need to check things, you know, like changing the battery in this. There's a button cell battery in this, and I wanted to know exactly what kind of battery it took, and so on and so forth. But it does give you some more in-depth information on the Garmin, whereas the manual that comes with it doesn't. And like I said, I've used this for 2 years. I really, really like it. It's been nice, and it's supposed to be just water resistant, I believe, if I remember correctly. But I was in a torrential downpour on the Natchez when this is when I got this. It's about the time we went to ride the Natchez Trace, and it does have a little map on it, and it is small, and it will have a little arrow, and it will show where you're going, and it will tell you what roads are around you. And like I said, it's small. Now some folks may want a little bit bigger Garmin, see more, you know. They do make some that are a little bit bigger and give you a little bit better map and navigation. Now the map, like I said, is good. It's just not very big. But I like it. And like I said, we were out riding in the Natchez, and it started pouring. And I mean, I could hardly see my hand in front of my face. And so I was in torrential downpour, and let me tell you, this thing, it didn't even affect it. And it may be waterproof, but it was really, it has given me good service. I've not had any problem with it. It's been, so far, very reliable. And like I said, I've used it a lot. I ride pretty much every day, and I've used it quite a little bit. And it's been a nice little GPS to use when I ride. Anyway, I think that is about all that I have. and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I may have left something out, I don't know, but anyway, I apologize if I left something out. I hope you, like I said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.